Hey guys, and welcome back to Shin Megami Tensei V. Last time, we crushed our first abscess and reunited with Yuzuru here in the Netherworld. In this episode, it's more or less just legging it over to Tokyo Tower. I think someone wants to see the gift shop or something? I don't know. My memory on the subject's a little fuzzy, but with a few of the tutorials out of the way and a little bit of the more basic aspects of combat explained, this is more or less just going to be a part of really diving deep into those gameplay mechanics. And what?
I want manga. If you give me some, I'll let you go.
This is, just so you know, a scam. Because, sure, you can give them 188 manga. That doesn't mean they're not going to ask for more and increase the price. So no, I'm just going to tank it. We beat some Mandrake last episode. We can do it again. That could be a problem, though. When the enemy charges their Magatsuhi skill, yeah, they're going to unleash a lot of damage, but I'm willing to take a chance. Since the moon is full currently, which, yeah, I totally did on purpose, and I know the Yoma race sometimes responds positively to that, let's try and chat them up. Demons staring at you with an innocent look in their eyes. Let's be respectful. Bow.
I bet other demons tell you you're a good demon. Well, there's something I want.
As long as it's not my head, I think that's fine. Let's just say I want something too so we can start negotiation.
Does that mean you want something from me?
Yeah, I want you to join me.
Gosh, this is all so sudden, I don't know what to do.
Dang it! So we failed. Okay. In that case, let's actually... Our escape is only 42% chance. Let's try the other Mandrake. Maybe things will work out with that one. Hey there.
Do you want me?
That is not, Is this entrapment? What? This is getting weird. I don't know. Would Mandrake even know what that is? Okay, let's just say I do.
Oh, what should I do? Can you come a little bit closer?
This is bad. We are going to die. And yet, I'm entranced.
Nah, too bad.
What? They ran away? This sucks. Okay, in this case, I guess we could just guard to make sure we don't lose Pixie, and then just try and talk to the other one. So just so you're aware, Demon Negotiation doesn't always... So much for that guarding, jeez! Demon Negotiation doesn't always go your way. I would say it's random, but that's not entirely true. Depending on the demon's race and their alignment, which is something we'll talk a little bit more in the future, you can usually get a good idea of how the demon will respond, and...
Hey, why is your hair so long?
Why does everyone keep asking me that? I'm actually a girl? What? Because I never take shortcuts. I haven't read some of these. You got a problem with that? Let's go with the joke.
Boring. I'm going home. This video sucks.
Well, one of our demons died, and all we got in return was a couple choice insults. But we really do need to recruit a Mandrake, so let's try again. Hopefully this time things will go better. I mean, there's only one Mandrake this time, but I can't stress it enough. We really got to get this demon on our side for this episode, so...
The moon is all round and pretty. So cute.
Alright, so we got the prompt saying the demon's in good spirits.
You want me to join you? Okay, but you gotta give me something first. It doesn't have to be big. What do I do? I want a whole lot of your HP.
You literally just said it doesn't have to be something big! So we have the option to ask for something else, which could potentially make the negotiations sour, so I think I'll just comply. Besides, we have some items that can heal us up, even without Pixie in the party. And you want some maca? We can part with a little bit.
I think that's enough. Thanks. I'm Yoma Mandrake. Let's do something fun. Have you ever been rollerblading?
So, we did it. Unfortunately now, yeah, we're down to 2 party members. Don't worry, there is a way to bring Pixie back to life. And yeah, the demon portrait's all covered in blood. It's pretty extra, but that's sort of true to the Shin Megami Tensei roots. And speaking of roots, I failed to mention this last time. Mandrake's death sound effect is so true to, like, the mythology, because, it's a pretty famous, like, plant for if you take it from the roots, right? It would just scream and howl, and you'd be cursed to hell for all eternity. I think that attention to detail with the mythology's pretty cool. There's a lot of these demons and I didn't really get to mention. And hey, what you doing over here? Making sandcastle, mister? Dashing down from high up like surfing. Fun, yes. Shaka, bra. They don't say shaka, bra. I wish they did. That'd be cool. But I don't think you'll be doing a lot of surfing here in Shiba. Kind of far from the ocean. But I don't have any HP restoration or revival skills. Well, crud. We could not use the auto heal feature. In that case, I should probably avoid battles until we reach our next leyline fount so we can heal up. But there's something in the distance if you pay attention to the minimap. With the abscess gone, we can, see pretty much everything as long as we're, like, in close proximity to it. And this weird thing. Polygonal something. I'm gonna put it in my mouth! You obtain 50 glory from the mysterious fruit. Yeah, that is, I'd say, a pretty effective way in getting a lot of glory and not a lot of time, but the Me-Man are also helpful. You just need to find a lot of them to equal the same. See me, Tama. Hunt. Long gone Grandpa told me. I had Grandpa? I'd hope so. So, there's certain demons we really want to hunt. Guess we'll commit that to memory as, well, I'm going to show you in this episode. Ideally, in a perfect world, there's no guarantee, but we'll get there when we get there. It looks like we discovered another leyline fount, so don't mind me. Just gonna register that real quick.
Young man, wait. I'm detecting...
Hey! Long time no see, huh? I found a bunch more stuff since last time, so now you gotta take me with you. It was a promise, remember? Well, you see, there's a certain demon I'm looking for. They're kinda my other half. Yeah, my soulmate. Oh, totally. Pretty exciting stuff, right? Only thing is there's like a million demons getting in my way basically every second. So please, you just gotta let me tag along.
As I've already mentioned, there are a number of dangerous demons in this world. However, young man, are you considering letting that demon travel with you? If that is your decision, then I will respect it.
Yay! Thanks! And you're heading for Tokyo Tower, right? Do you know about the monster that hangs out there, though? Everyone calls him the Demon of the Tower. So, I'm gonna come help and make sure he doesn't wipe the floor with you. I'm Amanazako. Here's hoping we can help each other out. Cool?
So Amanazako joins the group. Not our party, the group. It's a little different. She is our quest navigator, which is essentially a demon that just follows you around. They have additional functions we'll get into in a little bit, but I really like this detail. It's fun having little demon companions, even if she is a little loud at times, but first things first, before we do anything, we should definitely get access to this leyline fountain. Go and recover, because man, not having Pixie in the party kind of stinks. However, these healing prices are adding up, and in fact, if you recruited Mandrake, you're probably kind of hurting for money. I alluded to this a little bit earlier, but that specific miracle we got in the World of Shadows, helping us get relics. How does that relate to money? Well, we know there's one wealthy person here in the Netherworld who might want them. Yeah, you trade the relics for money over in Cadaver's Hollow. So let's go see Gustav! Hey, buddy. How you been?
Say, looks like you got your hands on something worth my while. Naturally, I mean that. Care to part with it? If it's a fair price you want, I'm good for it. So what do you say we make a deal?
The relics we obtain from the various vending machines and sometimes demons here in the Netherworld can be given to Gustav. You really have no reason to hang on to them. And he's also going to toss us a few rewards for collecting some Emon, which I'm rather a fan of. Don't mind if I do. Trust me, always sell. There's no sense in hoarding them. That's their sole purpose, is to be sold to Gustav here. It's a good habit to have.
Need anything else?
Trust me.
Perchance bring more maca next time, yes?
And alright, now that we got all that squared away, let's just check out our environment real quick. These mandrakes are being very polite, not attacking me. This is a line of scrimmage. They can't, yeah, go back to your side. Get out of here. Jeez, but there's a couple of demons I want to say hi to. What's up, dude? Now me, sonny, I've been bumbling around these parts ever since humans were around. Gotta say, this city's changed. Used to be buildings all kinds around here, I reckon. Huh. Didn't know there was southern Germanic spirits.
Boy, that big battle was so cool. Were you there when it happened?
Just missed it.
What battle? The one 18 years ago, duh. A super epic face-off between angels and demons. It was awesome. But I don't remember who won. Weird.
Maybe it was a tie. Maybe not. Hello there, Mr. Vaguely bird-shaped creature. There's this huge guy up ahead who's tough as steel. He'd probably flatten you in a second. Not me, though. I'm built different. Oh, God, Mandrakes, you're just coming right at me. I'm trying to converse with the local populace. Jeez. So let's just check out this cave because there's something going on my mini-map, and I want to see what it is. What the heck is going on here? I don't like it. This is weird. Lady Apsaris! We're weak and powerless. Please lend us your guidance! Lady Apsaris, free me from my hunger.
Please, Lady Apsaris, show us the light. Show us the way.
Lady Apsaris, you are goddess eternal!
Lady Apsaris, use me however you see fit.
This is weird.
This is a final haven for the weak and downtrodden demons. Well, there's nowhere else to go. That look in your eyes tells me you are strong. Well, I'm afraid this is no place for you. Pay us no heed. Be on your way. Wait a moment, will you? A problem has just arisen, and I could use the help of a capable demon. Let him pass. I would like to ask him something. There you have it. You're permitted to speak with Lady Apsaris. Aren't you lucky?
I've never been rejected out of a place for being too strong, but... Hey, you wouldn't happen to be, the guy we're looking for? Who are you? I'm busy praying to Apsaris. Huh? Others are waiting for me. Oh yeah, them. They're after food, right? Take them this. We received sake and dango medley. Is that a combo? I don't know. More of a Skittles and soda guy. See, that's a combo I can get behind. Maybe I'm just not cultured enough. I found my own path, alright. Leave me be. Ugh, my Apsaris. Dang, she has a lot of fans. Hello there. What do you need from little old me? Welcome. This is a haven for demons who lack the means to survive on their own. I am Apsaris, a spirit of water. This is a world where demons roam free. However, the truth is that there are many weaker demons who are greatly oppressed by those stronger than them. I believe that these demons deserve the right to live as much as any other. And it is for that reason that I've come to this land, to offer the minimum knowledge and means for them to survive. That's something I can get behind, alright. Yes, by knowing your own weakness, you can very well learn to make better choices in life. Becoming stronger is one solution, yes. But if that path is too difficult, then seeking protection from another is perfectly fine as well. My circle of gods are prepared to offer their protection. If you can have nowhere else to return to, you may depend on them. That is how gods
should bring salvation after all, despite my intentions. However, I've been met with an interloper who strongly disapproves of my methods. She is a demon named Leon Shi. She deceives those weaker than her by giving them the impression they have what it takes to achieve their dreams. Not only that, but she only supports a select few of her choosing. Sadly, it would appear that she sees them as little more than a source of nourishment. I say, if you want to support the dreams of another, then raise that individual to be capable. Don't simply offer empty words of encouragement. That is why I help the weak, by offering both somewhere to belong and the means to survive, to as many as I possibly can.
Well, that's nice.
If something isn't done about Leon Shi, more and more demons will lose confidence in themselves, as they evidently realize their own inabilities and fade away like a dying star. Which leads me to asking you for help. Could you assist me in putting an end to that witch's treachery? Stop her, and I vow to join you, and lend every last ounce of my strength.
Then what about all your followers? But yeah, alright, why not? We accept the quest, the Spirit of Love.
Thank you. Leon Shi is hiding somewhere in Shiba Park. I will leave her to you.
You got it. But, I don't know. Something about this quest, I feel a little funny. Like, is this really the right thing? Look at the little kitty. He's bowing.
I love you, Epsaurus. You're the best.
Anyway, I'm gonna head out, yo.
I don't know what's going on. It seems you have permission to speak with Lady Epsaurus. Count yourself lucky. I can't even do that.
Kick Roxy, I don't care. Alright, so, I don't know where this Leon Shi is, but I do know that we finally have the food for those Preda back in that cave, and, you know, I feel bad for him. Let's head back and just, you know, do a good deed. Why not? Before we head back into the Preda Cave, though, here back in Tamachi, I want to drop by inside the skyscraper real quick and say hi to the me-man we forgot all about.
Want to check inside places too. Keep spirit up, most important.
That is some sage advice, my friend. You can, in fact, go inside the skyscrapers. Not all of them, because, well, I imagine that'd be a ton to code. But some of them you can find little secrets inside, which, as we've seen multiple times, is very beneficial. I think about that a lot, by the way. How many programmers, you know, studios employ... Oh, dumb! I forgot to add Pixie to our party. Definitely need to do that. When they revive, they don't actually get summoned back into the party, so... But yeah, legit, just like, how many programmers do they need to make this game? How many #1 dad coffee cups were drunk out of to produce this game? Probably 0, because it's a Japanese game and it wouldn't say that, but... Hey, yo, the pizza's here! Sorry, it took a while. I got lost in the lobby. You know how it is.
So did you find the boys?
I killed a couple of them, but yeah.
Hey, I smell something good. Oh man, it's food. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Say please, but hand over the sake dango medley. I wasn't attached to it. It's not even really mine.
All right. Yo, food!
Dang, I did a good thing.
It's all gone. I can't last off just this. More! Gimme more. You ain't feeling generous. Then we'll just have to take it.
You backstabbing little turd! I went all the way to the store, came back, and you didn't give me a thank you. You starving ghosts. You're about to be dead. They're already dead. Who cares? We already know the Preda's weakness. Now it's just time to capitalize. We need to be very careful in this fight because there's a whole lot of them. And if they get their Magatsuki skill, that means they have 6, potentially 12 turns to attack. Which means we gotta deal a lot of damage real fast. But because we're exploiting their weaknesses, well, yeah, we also get a lot of turns to act. So we should be fine. This is, yet again, just the core gameplay of Shin Megami Tensei V. I really can't stress it enough. I know longtime fans probably are like, dude, we get... What? You exploit the weakness to get another turn? It's never been done before! But, like, legit, it's awesome. And it's pretty much the core gameplay feedback loop. Just getting new demons and, well, using their skills to inflict damage. So we couldn't knock them all out, but luckily we didn't miss, because then we'd lose 2 of our press turns. Bestial Bite, as we know, it's really strong when they have their Magatsuhi skill. Not so much when they don't. But Pixie's just barely hanging in there, because she doesn't have a lot of HP. More so an MP demon. Some of the stat distributions, interestingly enough, for HP and MP differs from demon to demon, so that's another thing to just think about. It's not really too complicated of a game, though. I will swear by that forever. There is a lot of stuff that can go wrong, but I do believe once you have, like, the general gist of SMT, it's a really simple and rewarding game. Well, I did it! I massacred them all! In fairness, they started it. Just, defending myself. I don't feel bad, do you? Oh, they're still here. You beat the Predators, surprising absolutely no one.
We're sorry. Here, consider this a way to say sorry.
The quest will complete and we'll get a Haunt Talisman. Cool. What the heck does that do? Well, it actually allows Haunt Demons to use their own Magatsuhi skill. We currently don't have any Haunt Demons because they effing suck, for the most part. But once we get, more of these talismans, we'll talk more about that. It's actually a really fun concept, just doing these side missions and getting rewarded in this fashion. The ones in the early game are not too terribly useful, but as we continue onward, you'll see they're kind of nice. And did you learn your lesson?
He's not coming back, is he?
I'm sorry. He's a big fan of that Apsaurus lady, but now that we're all done here in the cave, we got a decent reward, being mostly EXP actually, which is why I do most subquests. So, now that we're a little bit stronger, let's run back to the Leyline Fount all the way south of here and head back to where we were. Okay, picking up where we last left off here in Shiba, there's a couple of items I actually want to grab before we head out. So let's head back into Cadaver's Hollow. Trust me, it's worth it. We're going to get to hunting now, a specific demon, as well as get a reward from Gustav, because we've collected 10 Mimon already. The Element Talisman, which, yeah, we're not ready to talk about that. So first things first, always sell your relics. You'd be surprised how many you're just hoarding, and really there's no purpose hanging on to them. So the items I want to grab are, first and foremost, if you didn't get the Spyglass, get it. It's going to make this, well, a lot more manageable. But then we're going to pick up an Ice Shard, because we're currently lacking a spell that can do ice damage, as well as a Light Shard. It is true we also cannot deal dark damage at the moment, but that'll soon be remedied, so we're not going to worry too much about that.
See you next time, provided you still live.
He's so sweet. I really can't say it enough. Like, Gustav is such a character. He's really cool. As far as like the original characters go for SMT, I hope he sticks around. He's a lot of fun. But yeah, we're gonna head west in this district of Shiba, and there's a new demon to encounter, which I really like. I wanted Mandrake, don't get me wrong, but this guy I gotta get. It's Kodama of the G-Ray race, and the G-Ray race is more or less just earth spirits and gods, and this particular spirit is a tree fairy, more or less, but not the fairy race. We gotta get this guy for a lot of reasons, but mostly because I just like him, because he's all goofy, flying around like that. Oh, it's so cool.
Hey, you, bow before me.
Okay.
What's the matter? Going through something rough?
What? This negotiation is rough. Your face is rough? Well, I know Kodama's sort of an immature demon. Maybe he thinks that's funny. Let's try it.
I mean, I'm a demon after all. Gotta make sure my face makes an impression. Now that's out of the way, how about we negotiate?
Sure thing. So I was kind of banking on the fact that we talked to Kodama on the almost full moon, so that's the desired effect. But like I said before, it's not 100% guarantee, but we got him, hey!
I'm G-Ray Kodama. Let's have some fun, yeah? Do you like rollerblading?
Can't say I've done it, but could be fun. But you may recognize Kodama from the Studio Ghibli film, Princess Mononoke. And yeah, the character designer for Shin Megami Tensei took heavy inspiration from that film when designing Kodama. But over here, we should get some money from one of these chests and a grimoire, which levels up your demons a bit. And I love how they walk. It's so cool. Chests have a lot of money in them. And speaking of money, over here is the demon I was hoping to find. A Mitama. Specifically, Saki Mitama. And it went first. And it ran away. Dang it. I did all that prep work for nothing? Come on! Okay, that doesn't usually happen. But it happened now, as I was recording. Just my luck. It's not the end of the world. We'll definitely find more Mitama in the future. But that was the first one I saw. I wanted to get it. It's not a big deal. But there's also a Mii-Man over here. I keep going between Mii-Man and Mii-Mon. It's hard because they're technically little men that are, mini. I thought that was their name, but it's Mii-Mon. Scared big rock demon. Gotta hide. Bite dust if found. Bummer. It's a good song, though. It's not the end of the world. Anyway, let's just hop out of here. That's pretty much everything I wanted to do. You know what? I'm honestly feeling pretty good about myself. We've been making a lot of progress in this episode. We're getting a lot of demons, and that's a big one. Oh, Lord. Uh-oh.
That rock-like demon. He looks familiar. The memory isn't clear, but I believe he may be a survivor of the battle between God and the demons. Our objective is Tokyo Tower. I recommend we avoid a confrontation for now and press on.
Some demons in the Netherworld are simply just too powerful for you to handle, so the best course of action is to simply run away from them. The game refers to them as punishing foes, but I kind of like the term kaiju, so I'll be calling them that since they're usually gigantic. These are pseudo-bosses which yield very high rewards, but unfortunately, yeah, I don't think we can take this guy on right now. Oh my god, he's so cool. In character, though, he's a rock monster and he's not too fast, so you kind of just slowly jog away. Can't really do anything about it. I don't think he has very good eyesight either, so I'm just going to hide behind this other rock and camouflage. Yeah, he gave up. How about that? Think this Mii-Mon had the same idea? Sup, dude?
See how building to the north? See, well, you can grab it, you get it, you play the game already.
It's true, I have. Anyway, with our confrontation with the rock monster out of the way, we can just run past him real quick and encounter a new part of the Netherworld, as well as we get a reminder. Quest navigators, sometimes they will help you by discovering items that you can pick up, and they'll usually say a sound effect like Amanazako here. Looks like there's something here. Will you investigate? So you actually get the choice. It's most of the time a good idea to check it out, but it is true you can get ambushed occasionally by demons, so don't do it if you're really low HP. It's always technically a risk to investigate like that, but as you'll see, there are a lot of benefits to doing it. The items you can get can be sometimes very powerful. Just throwing that out there. Oh, so it's a long dog. Hey, Inogami.
You ever see these rare demons called Mitama? They're hard to take down. Not only do they flee almost instantly, their weakness keep changing. It's not fair.
I agree. It is total bull, but we'll be running into more Mitama, so hopefully I can demonstrate how to properly take them down. But there's a dog demon back there, and now there's a cat. Hello.
Are you perhaps a traveler demon? My name is Neko Shogun. If you aren't in a hurry, might I ask a favor of you?
Well, oh my god, he's so polite. We have to listen.
I'm trying to put together rewards for my retainers, you see. I would like to give them life stones. I've come up short. I need 5 more. On the off chance you're carrying any life stones, do you think you could spare some for me?
A quest called No Stone Unturned. Alright, well, it's true we do have an excess of them.
You already have the life stones ready for me? I must say I'm impressed. Yeah. Anyway, hand them over.
Sure thing. But do we get something in return?
Excellent. No doubt my retainers will be most pleased. The reward I've given you will undoubtedly prove useful on your journey. May fortune favor you in your travels. Yeah.
Alright, cool. So we get the War God Talisman. Yeah, this little guy is technically a war god. We've gotten 3 talismans so far, and my plan is to get them all. Even though some of them are just god-awful, but let's see. Where do I want to put my stats? I mean, more strength is always good. We're not really lacking too badly in our secondary stats, so with that out of the way, if you'll notice on the mini-map, there's another abscess blocking our discovery of certain items, and if you look up there, it's one of those fruits, so we definitely want to grab that to get as much glory as possible. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but my plan is to, like, definitely show where all of those are, because, man, just 50 glory at a time. I totally understand if you don't want to track down every Memon, but, man, the fruits are just so goddamn powerful. So, hello, other chicken man. You're not my chicken man, but you're, you know, we can be buds.
It's kind of rude to hog our absences to yourself. If I were just a little stronger, I'd take it back.
Trying to start something, punk? Huh? Huh? Imagine they smack their heads together.
You ain't ready for me, dude.
You're like level 6.
I'm level 7. I'm built different.
But no, this is a new region, and with a new region comes new challenges. Yeah, that's a giant monster. Flying around. Another one of those kaiju. We just simply are not ready for right now. This is, oh my god, I'm going to butcher this. Hamamatsucho, and there's some new demons here.
Crazy! Who would have thought?
This little guy is apparently guarding his litter box, and no, don't try and bribe me.
You're quite in a predicament right now. Nevertheless, I'm prepared to settle things for some reparation.
Shut up. Shut up. You ain't getting none of my money. So that's your decision.
Yeah!
Kasith are Irish and Scottish fairies, which, yeah, you'd think they'd be the fairy race. Well, you're dead wrong, Buster. They're the beast race because, well, they made all the fairies in the game fairies, you know. Just all be fairies, and that's no good. You gotta spread the love a little bit. So, I know for a fact these guys are resistant to electricity, so fire's actually our best bet here. I know, I'm leveling strength, but I've just been using spells nonstop. What a joke. Mandrake can only use Zeo for the most part, so instead we're gonna just toss it to Moroki. Oh my god, that one's such a tongue twister for me, I don't know why. And then, pass it to Pixie again, who we kept on the party for good reason, because she can deal a lot of damage with that. If it's only one Kasith, we can probably knock it out. He really only has access to his basic attack, which is not the end of the world at all. It's Omaraki again. I might actually... Yeah, let's guard. So we have an option under skills here, which decreases the damage of one hit, and also covers your weaknesses, which is very handy. So chances are we're not going to lose Chicken Man in this fight, and going for Mandrake, that's fine. It's kind of a decent chunk of damage, but we'll tank it. Nice. All right. So, I know this little guy is just not supposed to be that intimidating. He just is. That saber of his. If you're curious,
Like, this guy looks like that Puss in Boots character I heard about.
was actually the inspiration for that story, which I think is kind of cool. The more you play Shin Megami Tensei, you're like, wait, what is this character's story? And then you know, check out their entry in the compendium. Oh, we haven't even seen the compendium yet. Oh, I gotta get to that fast. But yeah, these guys are no big deal. I honestly don't even recommend recruiting them. They can get good. They just need a lot of time to get there. Not my cup of tea, because you know what? We're green, mean, killing demon machines. Only Kodama's green. So not really. But there's an abscess over there. We're going to touch on that briefly, but instead of just rushing it down and possibly failing, we're going to run over here and, you know, discover another leyline fount. Highly recommend you save because, yeah, this one's kind of tough. And you might not be ready for that. But I highly recommend you drop by the World of Shadows now because a new feature will become unlocked. And I want to see that because it's really going to help us out in this next fight.
So you've come, Nahobino. I will now teach you the true power of this realm. It is a forbidden art known as demon fusion, the act of sacrificing demons in order to create new ones. If you seek to obtain even more powerful demons, then you would do well to try it for yourself.
The staple feature of the Shin Megami Tensei franchise, Demon Fusion, has been unlocked, as well as the Demon Compendium. So this is a feature which has been in the franchise for a very long time, but it allows us to combine two demons to create a stronger one, as well as register our demons in the Demon Compendium, When you fuse 2 demons together, you actually lose both of them. But you can summon them again via the compendium. But for a price. I already have Mandrake, so I can't do it. This is also where you can view your demon stats and their entry, which is where I get a lot of my information from, in case you're curious. Also doing my own independent research, naturally, but let's do a fusion since, we just got here. Let's select Dyad Fusion and take this Kodama we received earlier and combine it with our very first demon in the form of Pixie to create Neko Shogun, the War God. And I really want to pass on Patra and Zon. Yeah, that looks good. With our skills chosen, now it's time to view the ritual of Demon Fusion. It just never gets old. I just love it. It's so cool. Anyway, with Neko Shogun by our side, before we head out of here, I want to also just touch on Apotheosis again and check out which miracles we acquired. We have plenty of glory to spend now, and I highly recommend always prioritize miracles that grant you and your demons additional skill slots. We have plenty of glory to spend because we've been acquiring those glory fruits and just rescuing Mimon, so we can afford those with plenty of glory to spare. And yeah, this is going to be very helpful because Neko Shogun's going to learn a new skill rather soon. But we're not done yet. Before we attack that abscess, I highly recommend you stop by Gustav's shop and acquire an item. I've touched on these briefly, but the dampener items are so broken, it is bordering on unfair. I'm giving myself the handicap of only limiting myself to one per fight because they're just so useful. I don't think I'll have to use it in this next encounter, but just to be on the safe side, we'll see. I also want to adjust our party formation in SMT 5. Whoever goes first is not actually determined by your agility stat. It's actually just the turn order, which I honestly kind of prefer.
Here you go.
It's a lot less confusing than it was in previous games, even though you could intentionally make your protagonist very slow and sandbag and do some fun stuff. But that's getting mid-maxy. Let's focus on the now and assault this abscess, which contains the demon Mermaid. She is looking pretty intimidating with all this red sand and everything, but this fight is no joke. If you're not fully prepared, it's going to be a tough one. Luckily, I am. We could start with Omagatoki critical, but first let's test our damage. Yeah, that's not a lot of damage. So, this is where buffs and debuffs come into play. By casting Rakunda, we can drop Mermaid's defenses down, so we can end up doing more damage. And you'd be surprised how high your damage can get. Currently we're doing 33 damage. 2 digits, whatever. But with proper buffs and debuffs, even at this stage of the game, you can do up to 100 damage if you play your cards right. So, might as well just keep spamming our moves. It's true we don't have a lot of MP right now, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Really, Neko Shogun is just going to carry us, and might as well cast Rakunda again. I mean, it's got nothing better to do, right? This is just why I love Shin Megami Tensei so much. Even with a, honestly, pretty bare-bones team, as long as you're strategic, you can turn the tables of battle in your favor. As long as you have the right demons, that is. But let's see what she... Oh, no. Oh my god. What? That sucks. Alright, so... status effects are pretty nasty. We're currently under the charm one, which means we have a chance to do nothing this turn, which would waste a press turn, and it went. Okay, that's bad. We could alternatively also accidentally attack one of our allies, but we have the Patra skill, which cures an ailment for one ally, so now we don't have to waste Nahobino's turn casting an item. So we're back to our game plan. We're not doing too bad thanks to Neko Shogun and decreasing the defenses of Mermaid. Not bad, but Neko Shogun's looking a little low. I think I'm going to, yeah, let's give him a life stone, just make sure totally survives the next round. You really want to be careful on these absence fights. They are deceptively easy. Let's just go for a normal attack, and god dang, Neko Shogun, you fast. Oh, he hustled up. Oh no, Stormcaller Song is Mermaid's signature attack, and yeah, it does a lot of damage. Oh god, thank you, Mandrake, for dodging. So yeah, that move can get really scary, especially if she charges her Magatsuhi gauge. But if she does that, you know she's going for her hardest hitting moves, so you can use the Ice Dampener to nullify it. And speaking of Omogatake critical, let's use it for ourselves. We've pretty much seen everything we need to see in this fight. I do not think she can survive this turn. Let's bite her again. How do you bite someone with a laser sword, you may be asking? I don't know, Trevor McNamara. How do you always manage to piss on the sea? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just really happy that this recording in this fight is going my way. Gosh. There is obviously a lot of random elements in, you know, any RPG, and especially when recording one. I'm just so happy this went swimmingly. I'm very sorry for that pun. Actually, I'm not. F you. It was clever. And as a reward, we're going to level up for our whole party and get some pretty nice rewards. So we're going a little crazy on strength. I'm actually going to just level up my secondary stat, which is agility. Actually, no, that'd be my tertiary. And get our vitality up, which I highly recommend. Just make sure your Nahobino survives. And another abscess destroyed, which means we get more miracles. Especially Divine Amalgamation, which is very helpful. We'll talk about that next time, though. We honestly did a whole lot of stuff in this part. My gosh. And there's a lot more to explore in this part of Hamamatsucho. Okay, I guess that's close. Thank you all once again for checking out this episode. I'm having an absolute blast. Organizing these videos is legitimately really fun. Just, you know, taking this game piece by piece and explaining stuff and talking about all the mythologies. I love it. I love it so much. But yeah, we're still just getting started here in the Netherworld. Thank you all so much for sticking around. And another episode coming out soon. See you guys then. Bye.